Hi viewers, welcome back to my channel Manasa Pursuit of Happiness, and this is your Dr. Chitra Arvind. In continuation with our last video on stress, today I am going to talk about how to cope up with stress. So first let's understand the term coping. So coping is only used for stress which are like unavoidable in our life, right? So what is coping? Coping is a behavioral and cognitive strategy we use consciously to manage our stress levels. So here coping also is divided into two types. One is adaptive coping and other one is maladaptive coping. So first let's understand the concept of coping, for which you need to understand the bucket analogy. That is, let's imagine in our whole life, whatever the stress tolerance level what we have can be related to the bucket size. So each of our bucket size varies according to our personality and to our genes as well as to our lifestyle changes. So depending on that, we all have a different size of bucket. So let's say that is our stress tolerance capacity. So when we face a lot of stress, as human beings we all face stress, as I already told you, due to various sources, whatever sources it can be. Those sources of stress can be related to the water which is flowing into the bucket. So once the bucket fills, what happens is the bucket starts to overflow. So when it overflows, it can have impact on our physical and psychological health and also on our life, which I discussed earlier. So in order for the bucket to not overflow, what we need to do is to use some taps or to put some holes in the bucket to drain the water. Water means I mean the stress levels. So what are those taps or the holes? We call it as coping. So once we use the right coping mechanisms in our life, or once we have some set of positive coping mechanisms in our life, then we can effectively manage the stress levels by draining some water from the bucket. So but then one more warning is here. But when we use something called as maladaptive coping mechanisms, so by this very term maladaptive coping, you should understand that these are the coping mechanisms which seemingly help initially, but then actually it increases our stress levels. Example, smoking, drinking or binge eating, or those things immediately we feel like fixing the stress. So what we do is engage in these things, and it looks like okay, it is draining some water, but then what happens is the water is again going to flow into the bucket very soon. So it's again going to fill the bucket with so much of stress. So here we should understand that we need to avoid these kind of maladaptive coping mechanisms and also to improve our adaptive coping mechanisms. So let me clarify here. What are the adaptive coping mechanisms or the positive coping techniques which will help us to cope with the stress more effectively? So like all of you can imagine about, you may all be using a lot of techniques like listening to music or praying God or relaxation techniques or talking to a friend. These are some of the very common techniques we all use to manage stress. So you can only ask this question to you. Whatever coping techniques you use in your life, is it really helping you or it is hurting you? Maybe it looks like it is helping you in the initial time, as I told you earlier, like just fixing your stress with kind of drinking habits or smoking habits. I'm so stressed, let me go for a smoke and come. Looks like you're fine and relieved for now, but then again your problem is awaiting and the stress level is going to multiply. So please watch in yourself for these kind of maladaptive coping. Some of the examples are like binge watching. Nowadays social media is there, Netflix is there, Amazon Prime, people go on binge watching. This is one of the maladaptive coping which you may be using unconsciously. This also shows that you are stressed, and that is one. And the next one is binge eating. So you may be wanting to eat a lot of junk foods, or suddenly you want to eat a lot of burgers or biryani or whatever it may be. So we call it as emotional eating. So this is again one of the maladaptive mechanisms. And some of them people resort even to drugs or alcohol. So these are also maladaptive coping strategies. And then one more thing, like suppressing our emotions or denying your own emotions or procrastinating, okay, or not even listening to your own emotions. All these things are going to increase your stress levels. So these are termed as maladaptive coping mechanism, which can be also a sign of stress. So people, please watch these kind of habits in you. This itself tells you that you may be more stressed and not using the right mechanisms to cope with the stress happening in your life right now. So what we can change to is to use the adaptive coping techniques. Proper lifestyle habits like, sleeping on time, sleeping for 6 to 8 hours and eating nutritious food thrice a day. Some people are skipping their meals now. That is not good actually. At least 3 times a day you should have the food intake. And the third one is to do moderate activities. And, indulging yourself some breathing exercises, yoga or relaxation. These are some of the very basic adaptive techniques which can help you to stay positive during stressful situations, to cope up positively. And here also this is again categorized into 2. One is emotion focused coping and problem focused coping. This concept has to be understood very clearly because sometimes people use the wrong mechanisms by which the stress is not actually managed properly. One example I could give here is, let's say like you're having some conflict with your colleague or you're having conflict with your spouse or any loved ones. What happens? You may tend to distract yourself by listening to music or going for a smoke or just distracting the whole problem and avoiding it. So the problem is going to occur again and again. So for this problem, what you should have used is problem focused coping or confronting the problem. By using proper communication techniques or decision making, goal setting, problem solving. These are some of the problem focused coping strategies. These are some of the skills which you need to use when you're confronting a problem and you have to deal with it and solve it. Because unless you deal with the problem and confront it, it will not go away. So people, you need to differentiate between problems or stress in your life which is in your control and which is not in your control. So whenever you're having some stress in your life, just ask this question: is it in my control or not in my control? As I told in the earlier video. And for those problems which is in your control, go and use problem solving coping strategies or confront the problem in hand and try to solve it. Okay. At the same time, when you're trying to use emotion focused strategies like distracting yourself from the problem, the problem is still going to be there. So for those things which is in your control, use only problem focused coping strategies as I mentioned now. For those things, stress in your life which is out of your control, which you can't do much about it, like illness or right now the COVID-19 situation or your work stress. For those things, what you have to use is emotion focused coping strategies. Some of the strategies are talking to your friend, letting out your emotions, maintaining a journal, and just changing the way you interpret about the situation. One example about this COVID-19 situation is you can also think this way negatively, that oh my god, my whole life is at stake because of this COVID-19 and I'm going to fail in each and every thing in my life in future because of this, and hating the situation very badly. But the other way to look at is maybe as a eustress. For example, how does this thing is going to help me in my life? Probably I can spend some time with my children. Probably I can improve my skill sets. These are some of the way you change your interpretation. The situation is just the same, but you're changing the way you choose to look at the situation. As I told you earlier about how do I interpret. So these are some of the emotion focused coping strategies. So the one point which I want to clarify to you people is, you need to know for what problems in your life you need to use problem solving coping, and for what problems in your life you need to use emotion focused techniques. Because sometimes when you mess up with this, there is problem in store for us. Okay. So by understanding this concept now, I hope you can really think about your issue in hand, whether it's in your control or outside your control, and wisely choose the right techniques. And please develop some repertoire of coping techniques. Like for example, let's say I have some coping techniques in store for myself. Let's say when I'm so stressed, I'm going to watch some nice movies or go to a spa or talk to my best friend. So these are some of the reserves I should have it in mind. So whenever stress strikes me or I'm going to confront any stressful situation in my life, I need to take back my journal or think back and say, these are some of the taps, like, relating back to your bucket analogy, I'm going to use it. So I'm going to drain some stress in my life and I'm going to have some positive things in my life and relax. So we should actually have some reserve of these nice positive coping mechanisms for each of us. It can be tailor-made for each of us. For me, it can be different. For you, it can be different. But have at least 4 or 5 coping techniques always, it's like an habitual process in you. So whenever you're confronting stress in your life later, you can just use these strategies so that you can manage stress in hand very effectively. So these coping mechanisms are used for stress which are highly unavoidable in our life. But then, as I told you earlier, there are a lot of stress which could be avoided, and it's not that everyone faces stress when they're confronted with some situation. So here one question arises: why some people are able to manage stress in a more positive way and why can't I? So what is in you is not allowing you to manage stress? Probably it can be some lack of resources. And about this, how to use the mind tools to even avoid some unnecessary stress in our life, we are going to see in the next episode in the same stress series. So until then, you please take care, and thank you for watching this video till the end. And if you really like the video, click the like button, and if you want to really say something about this video, you can comment it and share it, and please subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed yet. Thank you so much. See you. Take care. Bye.